I'm super excited for this segment because I got to bring in some stuff for show and tell. We're going to talk about the night sky, some stargazing. I'm a chubby Captain Kirk, and this is Scott McAndrews. He's the president of the Greater Hazleton Area Astronomical Society. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Anytime. We're going to try to get people out there this summer and looking up. So let's start with you. You have a background in the media. Lisa Sugar said you're doing skits in that on the radio for years, and then you get into astronomy. Or was that always a passion of yours? Talk a little bit about both, I guess.
Okay, I got started in radio maybe 30 years ago. I came here back in '85 to Hazleton, and then I started getting a little interested in astronomy while I was in high school. But the fact that what came up is Halley's Comet in '86. So where I was working at WAZL, I was doing the afternoon news and then did the night shift. I saw the thing in the paper and I said, you know what, let me call this guy and talk to him. So I talked to him, he said, come to the society, and I got involved. A couple years later, they made me president, and I've been president ever since, so.
So did you see Halley's Comet back then? Did you get to observe it? What was that like, and when does it due back? I mean, that's a long one, right? I'm not going to see that.
In '86 it was here, okay. So 76 years later, that's when it'll come back. At that time in '86, it wasn't great. It's been a lot closer from previous years, but I did see it, yes. You could see it was just a little ugly fuzzy ball at night, but it was still pretty good that you got to see Halley's Comet, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So.
I go outside and it relaxes me. The media can be stressful sometimes, so you go outside and it kind of relaxes me, and it humbles me as well. Like, I kind of learned that you can't control the universe. Like, if Halley's Comet is a little blurry in Hazleton, guess what? That's what you're seeing. What have you taken away from doing it all these years?
I find a great fascination in looking at and showing people what's up there. When we do star parties, and especially if some of the planets are up there, you can see Jupiter's moons, you can see the bands, you can see Saturn's rings. You can see some things that are so far away that you don't even realize how far away they are. It's just amazing. And when you tell people, well, that's about 25,000 light years away. Yeah, well, not that far, but you know what I mean. It's like, really? Yeah,
mind-boggling. And let's talk about some of that.
It really is.
What do you still like to observe after all these years? I know the night sky and the universe is huge, but I mean, to start seeing these things, and I could look at things over and over again. What are some things you love to look at, or you're still awestruck with?
Well, again, the planets, because they're constantly changing. Every time you could go through the night and take a look at Jupiter, because Jupiter is currently up, at night. And you'll see how the moons are changing. You'll see sometimes the shadow of the moons on the planet. Sometimes the moons will hide behind the planet. The Saturn rings will change as position as they go through their progression of going up and down. So it's always something interesting. And there's a lot of things that don't change. And then there are some too. In the Whirlpool Galaxy, for instance, a couple of years ago, 2011, there was a massive star explosion. And they picked that up. And so, you never know what you're going to see when you start looking. And then, of course, there's more satellites and everything else out there. You can catch that kind of stuff. So it's always interesting to see what's going on.